Warning! Hey, dumbass! This show is called The Offenders. So if you hear something that offends you, then we are doing our fucking job. So quit crying. Love the offenders.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Offenders Podcast. As always, I'm Kyle, joined by my co-host, the piece of shit Evan.
Now you say, as always, you're Kyle. By now, they know. Do you have a secret identity that you're not telling us about?
I could be Jeremy at some point, so be careful.
Okay. Because you might come into the classroom and shoot us up. Pearl Jam style. Hear me spoken. My name's Evan. Sitting to the left of me is Shay.
Well, I can't follow that up, that's for sure.
I thought Eddie Vedder was there for a moment. Oh, man. So, we're going to have a special war episode today. And Evan's going to talk about a war that's going on.
That's the snare drum of war. Out on the battlefield, there are soldiers waiting. Not to tell you not to masturbate, because they're there too. Soldiers telling you to stop shooting off fireworks for the 4th of July. What? Oh, let me tell you. Sometime in the past year, every fucking person became a big old sour pants when it comes to shooting off fireworks. All of a sudden, sparklers are for Satan. All of a sudden...
Hold on.
Okay.
I don't think it's about sparklers. And I don't think it has anything to do with Jesus or Satan. I don't think it's like, well, in the Bible, Jesus said not to fire off your fireworks into the sky. I don't think that's the reason people are against it.
Kyle, can I please finish my...
You can, but you were making this a religious thing when it was not, Evan. And we don't need to be intolerant.
Exaggerated.
I know, but we don't need to be intolerant of religion. We're intolerant of plenty of other things.
It's an alliteration, okay? The bottle rockets of bullies. Where's some other ones? The snapping pops of shitty people. The point is, I don't know when the fuck this happened, but on Facebook and just in general, people are just like, we need to stop shooting off fireworks. And I'm like, fuck you! We just got fireworks in Georgia like 2 years ago. I have to make up for 30 fucking years of not having any fireworks in Georgia.
We didn't even get good fireworks.
Yeah, we didn't get real fireworks.
I don't give a shit. As long as I get the one that I can put on the ground and it goes... I'm fine with that. As long as I can get a fucking bottle rocket to shoot off at some guy who's walking down the street, I'm fine with that.
Now you've made their point for them.
Do you know what they used to call those fireworks you would put on the ground and they would take off and you shoot along the ground?
Yes, I do. What? Stop it, Kyle.
They're called Stop It Kyle. That's a weird name. Is this going to require another one of Chris's noises?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It is. So they used to call them chasers.
Oh my! I don't know him.
I'm marking the time. There's going to be an edit there, folks.
We don't know this guy. His name's Kyle. You know what? Kyle starts with a K, just like the KKK.
I was like how you're going to edit up. Like, no one's going to know what that is. It's like, they used to call them, but what could he have possibly have said? What could he have possibly have said?
Well, that just means that you're going to have to bleep out this next offensive thing that I'm about to say. Spaghetti. People don't know about spaghetti.
At least you didn't say ravioli, then that would be racist.
Whoa, hey, whoa. Bring the fucking Sopranos back. Remember that? Oh!
No, but
anyway.
Here's the thing, anyways, about this is a little side thing. That word, any word like that, if you want to make a big deal out of people using it, you're just giving it more power. So don't fucking matter. Just say it. It's just a goddamn word. It doesn't mean anything unless people make a big deal out of it.
Till you get shot!
That's fine.
Maybe for you. But I digress. Back to the point. We've received an email from one of our listeners, Paresh, my man. Thank you so much for sending this to us. And he requested that I read this in a Valley Girl voice because he received it from a Valley Girl. So here goes. This is an actual fucking email that he received. Fireworks should be banned completely. They cause too much misery for just a few moments of flashing lights. Just think what we could do with the millions that go up in smoke every year at this time. I mean, I have all my windows open, and the smell of these toxic, smoky, burnt fumes are just horrible! The poor baby got up screaming, thinking something's wrong. Sounded like gunshots and bombs. Ever wonder about dogs, birds, and the animals just being affected? They're innocent. And well, the environment is just invisible in our eyes. Once we get to that momentary sparks in the air, then what? Really? 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 Over $200 million spent on fireworks imports from China last year. Such a waste. Plus, supporting China of all things. China, hello. Thanks to the absolutely wonderful shower of rain that literally saved me from all the noise and air pollution.
I won't tolerate this fucking racism. What the fuck did it have against Jubilee? She is Chinese, and she has fireworks.
Oh, she's hot, dude. Man, I would be all over Jubilee. Even with the fucking raincoat that she wears all the time.
She'd be firing fireworks in your face to keep you away from her.
She looks like a goddamn longshoreman.
She's a vampire now, right?
Don't care.
I'm just saying. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing.
Holy
she's
shit,
a vampire.
she sparkles. I see what they did there.
Holy fuck. That's so deep and meta, I didn't get it until just now.
That's ingenious. But seriously, can we just review that letter? How fucking racist is that? Supporting China? In case you forgot, China invented Kung Fu?
And fireworks.
Well, straight up, I want to say this. This woman's a fucking communist. And the reason she's a fucking communist is because if you listen to the Star Spangled Banner in the rocket's red glare, bitch, yeah, we should be firing fucking rockets off to celebrate our nation. Fire them off at your house, you fucking commie, pinko, Muslim, socialist bastard.
Dude, keep going. That was great.
I think you ran out.
You were running out of breath. You're like, commie, pinko, socialist.
I think getting more beeping.
But think about the baby waking up screaming, thinking there were gunshots because it was in like Afghanistan. And it's like,
that baby had PTSD. Okay, it did 17 backflips to avoid machine gun fire, and it thought it left that life behind in Afghanistan. But no, even in America, it has to face machine gun fire, or what sounds like it. What are those things called? The fucking long strings of fireworks. The black cats are like.
I think they're just called long string of fireworks.
Long string of fireworks. But fuck, also, let me just say to this dumb bitch. Listen up, bitch. Let me tell you something else that came from fucking China. By the way, I'm the crazy New York guy that showed up out of nowhere. China invented one of the most beautiful fucking things you'll ever see in your life. And it is the meal that General Tso ate on the fucking battlefield before each of his fucking battles. His chefs prepared it. He said, I want something spicy and something sweet. I want some meat that I can eat before I take these fucking mullions, these fucking rubbernecks, and I take their lives from them. So get me some fucking deep fried, delicious, saucy, spicy shit. And General Tso's chicken was born, you fucking bitch. Why don't you shove that up your ass with your fucking crying baby, eh? Use a condom next time.
And what that has to do with the July 4th and fireworks, I don't know.
That's a crazy New York guy, man. He just showed up. Last time he was talking about health food and shit. Wait, that has broccoli in it. That's kind of healthy.
I don't know what the deal is with this stuff against fireworks either. Like, I saw a bunch of people talk about it. I've never seen it before. And usually the most people who talked about were people either with kids or with pets.
It was literally just within this last year. Because last year, this did not happen at all. Because everybody was just like, yay, I fucking love fireworks. And I was like, hey, me too. Great. But then this year, it's like, my dog is afraid. Bitch, your dog was afraid last year. Well, your dog's been afraid every year.
Actually, maybe what's happened and changed in the last year is everybody we know had kids and got pets they didn't have before, and so now it is a problem.
Nope, their problem is they have bitch-ass dogs. Get a fucking dog that's not afraid of fireworks. What use is he? Somebody breaks into your house and makes a noise and it just runs away? That's not going to help you.
You know what dogs aren't afraid of fireworks? Chinese dogs.
Ooh, food dogs. That's for sure. So you know what? We're going to be the fucking firework bandits. We're going to bust into people's houses with fireworks, and we're going to take every fucking thing we want because those dogs are going to be shitting under the couch while we shoot off some black cats. Because cats are better than dogs. I said it!
Truthfully, the cats would run way before the dogs.
Yeah, for real.
Man, fuck that. The cat would be perched up on top of the light on the ceiling, the chandelier, and it would just like jump down and fucking hit your face 1,500 times. What the fuck is this?
It's funny because something like that actually happened to my mother once. We had a cat. The cat was declawed, and she just picks him up. And this cat is like one of those ones that was so mellow, like you just push him over, he wouldn't care. She picks him up, she's holding him, and out of nowhere with his front paws, he just slaps the shit out of her, just like. I mean, it was just like, he went fucking Chun-Li or E-Honda on her. She's like, bah, 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 bah. And my mom just sitting there shaking as the cat's whooping her ass. And she just lets go of him and he takes off running. I'm like, if he would have had claws, she would have been blind because he was just slapping her in the ass.
That is the funniest shit in the world because they slap so fast.
They do.
It's like little baby Kinshiros, like kitty Shiros.
Oh my god, I need somebody to make a flash animation of that now.
Please do. Make a kitty Kinshiro. Fist of the North Paw.
Oh.
But I don't even though they have fireworks in Georgia, I still don't buy them. And a lot of it's because I'm a pyro at nature, and I know that if I did, I'd be like, these fireworks suck. I have to make these better, and then I blow my hands off. So I just
We had a friend back when we were in school, Shane and I, lit off a little mini black cat firecracker in his hand, trying to throw it out of his hand in the back of a truck.
It made it all of 1/10 of an inch before it exploded.
He threw it in the wind, like pushed it right back in his hand, and it popped, and he was like, shit! His whole hand turned black like Wile E. Coyote after the fucking TNT blows up. But I mean, back to the point. If we don't shoot off fireworks on 4th of July, what the fuck else are we going to do?
fire off guns.
Oh,
that's what they used to do, or that's what they still do in parts of Texas, which that's even more dangerous because a bullet's got to come back down.
I'm pretty sure they do that here in Macon too.
They do.
Yeah, but Macon's like some kind of gangland, so
I always forget about it. I didn't hear too many on the 4th of July, but let me tell you, New Year's, because I don't pay attention to holidays. I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, la, 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 sitting in front of the computer, and all of a sudden I hear, like, a fucking war break out outside. And I'm like, holy... Oh, it's almost midnight on New Year's. Okay.
Either that or Mad Max is in this motherfucker.
I think that's another thing, too, is like on New Year's it happens at midnight, so a lot of people who wouldn't pay attention are asleep, so they don't realize it, but on July 4th, motherfuckers are firing fireworks off like all day and night. Like, it's just non-stop in certain areas. So that's probably why people are more vocal about it, because they realize it more then.
Those poor birds.
Yeah. So time for a terrible segue. What I'm saying is if we don't have any fucking fireworks, we're just going to be sitting around on our asses. We're going to be doing nothing. We're going to be lollygagging. Speaking of lollygagging, Shane has a story to tell us. He made that joke last week. I stole it from him.
That's pretty terrible. Especially
is
when
terrible.
that's the story it is about. So Shane, go ahead and talk about it.
It's Shane's fault. He made the joke.
And brought up the story. That's why he
And brought up
has
the
to talk
story.
about it.
It's not my fault. It's the fault of the people who don't know what child porn is.
There it is, ladies
So
and
here's the thing. So the story is this 15-year-old girl sends this nude pic to her boyfriend, who at the time was 16. And in response, he sends back a video of his dick. And her parents find out that she has this video on her phone, so they call the police and they have him arrested. Now, they arrest him for obtaining and producing child porn because he sent a picture of himself while he's underage. Which is ridiculous, because how do you make child porn of yourself?
Well, and the thing is, they didn't arrest her, right? Because she did
They
the same
didn't arrest
thing.
her. And she sent the first picture.
That's sexist.
So he's arrested, and they tried to get him to plead guilty to something that I can't remember, some lesser charge, but when he wouldn't do it, they
as he shouldn't have, because this is bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
They
So when
went after him for child pornography.
Yeah, so when he wouldn't do it, like, well, then fuck you, we're going to throw the whole book at you instead.
Right. So, if that wasn't ridiculous enough, they were like, okay, so we have to prove it's his dick in the video, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take him to a hospital and we're going to inject him with something that will give him an erection, and then we're going to take a picture of it to prove it's his penis.
Child porn.
In order to arrest this kid of taking a picture of himself as child porn, they're going to make child porn. Not just take a picture, which they already did, mind you. They already took a picture of him, like, without a heart on. So they've already got child porn that they made. But they were going to force him to have an erection so they could take a picture.
In a room full of Catholic priests.
Not necessarily. But that's the thing. It's like, well, if him taking a picture of himself with his own permission is child porn, then forcing him against his will to do it, it's got to be child porn.
Shane, if there's one thing you need to learn is government-sanctioned child porn is acceptable in modern society.
I see.
Rules don't apply to the people who enforce them.
I see how
That is actually what you need to learn.
I did see that after, like, you know, everybody in the world found out they were doing that and started, you know, complaining out, they decided they wouldn't do it. They're still going after him for child porn, though.
So now we got to take this to the next level. This kid's in jail.
I don't know if he's in jail.
He's
Just go
probably in
with me on
juvie if he's underage.
Right.
Go with me on this. Now, you know what happens to people who do child porn in jail? They get the shit kicked out of them. Now, since he's the child that took a picture of his own dick, do people just threaten him? Do they just punch him once and walk away? How does that work? Because he is the victim and the accuser. Do they just look at him and shake their head? What does it do? How does it happen?
See, that's somewhat amusing because it wouldn't happen that way. Well, if people believed him when he explained it. The problem is, if he gets convicted, he's also put on the sex offender list.
Yeah, that's the big thing. And at his age, he's ruined.
Yep.
Game over. He might, you know what? He's better off going to prison so he can learn how to fucking become a criminal. That way he might have a life when he gets out, if he doesn't get murdered in there.
And for the rest of his life, whenever somebody says, "Go fuck yourself," he'll be like, "I already have!"
That's so absurd. But that's not the first time I've heard of something like that. Like, there's also, I've heard stories of people who have taken pictures of themselves when they were younger, and they still had them when they were older, and then they got arrested for sending them to somebody, or that person got arrested for having them, or whatever. Just something ridiculous like that.
That's ridiculous.
I think a lot of what it is now is that this is another one of those cases where, like, the law was created, and a law like that needs to be in place, but the law doesn't cover what's occurring under modern technology, and it hasn't caught up, and the people who are enforcing it don't really fucking know or understand what's going on, and so they're just probably going by what the law technically says, even though it makes no goddamn sense.
Now, see, I don't buy that excuse, and here's why. There were Polaroids for a long time. So if you were 16 and you took a Polaroid when you were 16 and you gave it to your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever the hell it was,
but
and you still kept it until you were 30, and then they looked at it, you can arrest them with that same goddamn law, but no one did it because they're like, well, is this you? Yeah. You took it when you were 16? Yeah. If they were 16? Yeah. You know what? That's dumb to arrest you, so I won't.
Hold on, though. This is the thing. I'm not saying that something like that didn't happen or hasn't happened because it's, Polaroid camera, but, like, every goddamn teenager now has a fucking cell phone that they can take a picture of and just send to somebody else, and it's a lot less likely the parents are going to see it, so I'm sure it happens a lot more now than it ever did with a fucking Polaroid camera.
That's true.
So, I'm not saying it's different, but I'm just saying that it's not the same thing at the same time.
That's true.
It's one of those things, like I said, I'm not saying that this is intelligent because it's not. It's fucking retarded. But I think that it's more of this thing like, well, this is what the law says, so we're just going to go by the law. Because I don't think the law says, like, you have to be a certain age if you possess this or not. They're not taking into account that kids are sending pictures of their dicks and twats to everybody nowadays. Post them all over the interwebs.
Why don't we have a site called Twatter where girls send pictures of their pussies? That's ingenious.
Evan Jones, for Christ's sake.
Hold up!
One track mind.
Speaking of which, can we just go back to the fact that it's fucking hilarious that a guy who took a picture of his dick back in the 80s had a picture that was called a Polaroid?
Oh,
that's fucking amazing. Why didn't anybody invest in a fucking camera for taking a picture of your own dick and call it Polaroid? Polearoid. That shit would have sold like hotcakes, or whatever they had. That would have sold like fucking
Hotcakes
Squeezits.
are old, man.
They
Yes.
are.
You know, that actually kind of reminds me of something else too, talking about just pornography and stuff people can do. So, like, earlier this week was the World Cup game between Germany and Brazil, and Germany pretty much literally decimated Brazil. It was like 7-1, which is unheard of in soccer.
It only left 10% of them alive?
Yes. Well, they all wish
decimated.
they were dead afterwards.
There's a lot of tears, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've not seen that many Hispanic people cry in a long time, so...
Wait a minute. You're the math genius. Go ahead.
Anyway, so I think it was Pornhub had to make an announcement that said
Oh, God.
they wanted people to stop trying to upload the videos of the World Cup game between Germany and Brazil as humiliation rape and porn and stuff like that, because it doesn't really fit the site.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's how bad it was. And I thought that was pretty awesome. They actually had to make an announcement to say, please stop trying to upload these videos because they don't really fall into that category. Oh, man.
Oh.
Did you see that picture of Albert Einstein, Mario? He had his little trophy, and he was clutching it, and he had a couple
Oh,
tears.
yeah. The Brazilian player, or the Brazilian
Everybody's
fan.
like, this is the saddest old man I've ever seen in my life.
God, if they think that's bad, they should have seen the people after the Argentina game today. Their children just in the stands crying their eyes out. Just like on their knees, just crying after watching Argentina get, beaten by Germany again.
The last time I saw kids crying that much was when CM Punk came out dressed up as Jeff Hardy, and then he made fun of him. Everybody was crying with their little fucking Hot Topic neon fishnet armbands. It was so goddamn funny.
Why are they crying? Who cares?
Because he came out there, they were like, yay, Jeff Hardy's not on drugs and out of the WWE. And then he was like, gotcha! And they were like, no! He's like, he's in jail because he's doing drugs. And they're like, ah!
Did he really say that?
Basically, I mean, in a long, drawn-out promo. Well, not drawn-out, a long, wonderful promo. That was one of the best promos he's ever cut in his life.
And he
Making
doesn't cut him
children
anymore.
cry is what you need to do, obviously.
But he's happy. He did what was right for him. But that's another story for another time. Back to porn.
Child porn.
Ugh. I thought we were going
Not
back to
child porn. It's not child porn. That's the point.
Yeah.
It would be okay. It would be like, this fucked up guy made child porn, and that'd just be the end of it. It'd be nothing to talk about.
Well,
If it was like some 40-year-old bald guy, that's a different story.
fucking Randy.
Oh, God.
But here's the thing: is I've never read the laws on child porn, so I don't know what it says. It could just say anybody who owns any picture of anybody under this age, or video or whatever of them nude or in some kind of sexual situation, is child pornography.
Well, there's
And
a
if
lot
that-
of parents that go into jail.
I was about to
Yeah.
say that goes into that situation, which I want to say I've read stories where parents have been arrested for stuff like that too. But it's one of those things, like the law probably says something like this, and there's that person that's like, we gotta go by the rules exactly as it's written. And it'll probably go to court, and a judge will probably be like, this is kind of stupid. I don't see him letting the guy off, but I could see him, downplaying the charges a lot.
I don't know, because, in order to take a picture of his dick to prove it in the first place, they had to get a warrant to do it. And some judge thought that was okay. There's like, so what you want to do? We want to force this kid to have a relation, take a picture of his dick. He's like, sure, give him a warrant.
Well, they just
So-
at a judge was probably into child porn. He's like, sure, I'll take a look at that kid's dick. Give me a picture of it. Was he Catholic?
I
Judge?
don't know. I don't know.
Well, if you're going to go after somebody for their dick, you need to be pretty cocksure about it.
Oh, my God. They weren't cocksure. That's why I needed a picture.
Yeah. They needed before and after photos. That's terrible.
That is
It's like,
terrible.
this is his dick looking at a picture of Mr. Rogers. This is his dick looking at Jenny McCarthy in 1994.
That means if they had to take a picture, they had to do a dick lineup. So they have a bunch of dicks, sticking out of holes in the wall. And you just look, is this the penis? Is this the penis?
Did they go hire a private dick to do this?
All of a sudden, there's a guy that looks like Columbo. He's like, I think I'm in the wrong line. It's like,
Oh, man. So,
that's great.
from child pornography talking about this guy's dick, let's just go fuck her right in the pussy.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
All right, so for those who don't know, there's this guy. He's done this several times now. What he'll do is we're just going to assume that it's not fake first. So some people say it's fake that what he's doing, but there'll be like a news crew around, and he'll be the guy that they come up to interview about what happened at an event, and he'll start talking, and then he'll just suddenly out of nowhere yell, and then I fucked her right in the pussy. And so, of course, the news crew's like, oh my God, that was just broadcasted live or whatever. Some people think it's fake. Now, what isn't fake is what's come from it, which are other people doing the same thing. So, like, during the World Cup, a lot of times after a game, there'd be, like, some reporter somewhere, like, interviewing somebody and being like, hey, what'd you think of that game? And the guy's like, well, that game was really good. Right until he fucked her in the pussy or something like that. And then the reporter just freaks out. And there was another one that just happened where somebody actually hacked a road sign. You know, like the ones they'll put up when there's construction going on?
The flashing lights.
Yeah, the flashing lights that says, like, this right lane closed. They hacked it to say, fuck her right in the pussy. And I just want to say that I think this is one of the greatest things to come from the internet. I really do.
Absolutely. It's good sound advice, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, really.
I live up to it myself as much as possible.
I just think it's great that it's like one of these things that kind of happened, and even if it is fake, it's turned into something a lot more legit because people are actually doing it now. And when it happens, the reporter's always like, "Oh,
yeah,"
so like turn away.
The second one, I can understand it might be fake because it already happened, but I'm pretty sure that first one, that fat woman was pretty upset with that. She's like, "Oh my lord."
Yeah, because the first one, what's happening is the reporter's actually just standing on the street talking, and suddenly this guy out of nowhere runs up, and he wears like a hood and these sunglasses, and he's got like this mustache, and he just grabs her microphone and he yells, "Fuck her right in the pussy."
Fuck her right in the pussy.
The other
he fucking grabbed it he grabbed it and said it at the same time, like he had been practicing with the hairbrush in front of his mirror. Fuck her right in the pussy.
He's been
Fuck her right in
training
the pussy
for like years.
Dude, what if that was Master Roshi?
He does go
He looks like Master Roshi. That's what he's been doing all this time.
A young Master Roshi. A young turtle hermit. Dude. I mean, he would fuck her right in the pussy.
I think it's just people, they find it hard to believe that happened because it seems like something that could be set up. But let me just say, it's the same thing as people not believing the Bruce Lee 1-inch punch. When you get 1-inch punch like Bruce Lee 1-inch punches you, then you understand that shit is real. It's like people who think wrestling is fake. When you have a 300-pound man fall on your ass after jumping off the top rope, you see that shit's real.
Well, I mean, wrestling, it's not like, I think the thing when people talk about being fake is that you're not like out there brawling like you are in MMA or stuff like that. I'm not saying people don't get hurt, because they fucking get hurt, and they die, Owen Hart.
Unless it's a shoot match. Then it's real.
A shoot match?
That means it's a real fight. You have a work, which is fictionalized setup. Then you have a shoot, for when two people really don't like each other. And then they just beat the shit out of each other, and it just happens to be in a wrestling match.
Yeah, but most of them are not shoots. I mean, I think that's probably something of the past.
That is 100% correct. Then you have like in-betweens, like in Japan, they have strong style, where when they punch each other, they really punch each other and they kick each other. But they still know who's going to win and who's going to lose. So it's like different degrees. But a shoot match is two people who really don't like each other going in there and fucking being real.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure the WWE doesn't do that. Or TNA or any of these major federations. It just seems like it'd be too dangerous.
We'll get into that on the next episode.
Yeah, that's true.
But back to fucking her right in the pussy.
I mean, it's just
how
one of these
funny
things...
would it be if you paused for a conversation like that? that's what you were doing. You just stop and you just pick up your phone and start talking to your friend on the phone about something like that. It's like, well, I gotta get back to fucking her right in the pussy. And you just hang up and she's like, are you fucking done now?
No, but I will be in about 5 minutes. Oh my god, it's neon pink, it's the overfeed. Oh, damn it! Shane was taking a sip of his drink. I was trying to time it perfectly.
No, sir.
Damn it.
No, sir. Prescience. Spider sense.
I'll say this, though. If this is like the new face of internet memes to take hold on society, I'm totally down with it. I'd rather have these than your fucking grumpy cats and shit like that. So.
Thank you. 100% agreement.
I want to see, they couldn't because they get fired. But for some reason, it's the last day of the reporter or something like that. And they're like, fuck her right in the pussy. And they're just like, which woman? And why are we fucking them in the pussy? And just holds the mic back over and see what they will say.
I would have that top 10 list ready so fast. Thank you for asking. Let's go.
This becomes a real interview all of a sudden.
Yeah. Waiting my whole life to answer this question.
Talking about reporters, that reminds me of another video of this black guy who's a reporter, and he's talking hey, this is so and so with the blah blah blah, and then a bug flies in his face, and he just goes so ghetto, out of nowhere. He goes from 0 to ghetto in less than a second.
That was in Georgia.
That
was in Georgia. It's like, here in Valdosta, the death of Johnny on this Thursday in rural Valdosta. What the fuck is that? I'm tired of this country ass. Get out of this country ass motherfucking town.
I mean, I can believe that with the amount of bugs that fly around fucking Georgia. It's out of control.
Fucking bugs fly in my mouth. It's such a blatant disconnect from the other personality, which was why it's so funny. It's like, another news, blah, blah. Motherfucker shit!
Some of my favorite things to watch are reporters and news crew flub ups or little things people catch. There's another one where there's this guy, his name's I think it's Ricardo Alvarez or something. And when he always says his name the same way, and he tilts his head this way when he does it. It's and this is Ricardo Alvarez signing out. And so somebody stringed together everything he's been in, and it's so weird that he's got this weird movement in what he says his name the exact same way every time. He's like that guy. You talk about the guy rehearsing, running up, grabbing the microphone. He's rehearsing saying his name with his head tilt the exact same way every day.
That guy probably really is rehearsing that, though.
Yeah, and just sitting in the news van for 30 minutes. Doesn't even know what he's talking about. Just rehearsing his movement, getting his hair right, and everything.
Dude, what if it wasn't even him? What if he was just a shitty reporter, and then his wife just went off on him? It's you need to turn your head to the right. You need to be somebody. So he's standing in front of the mirror, and he's turning his head to the left. She's like, wrong way, you stupid motherfucker! And
For
he's
Christ's
I'm sorry,
sake, Ricardo, on the left side of your face, you look like a goddamn mongoloid. Turn it to the right.
And so he's just sitting there in front of the mirror crying, turning his head slightly to the right all night long. Tears are falling, just like the fucking Ozzy Osbourne song.
Or maybe
or Kiss or
maybe it's actually sad. It's sadder than that. Maybe he was abused when he was a child, and it was his mother. And it's Ricardo Alvarez. She slapped the shit out of his head would turn from the slap. So now
it made me laugh at an abuse joke.
So every time he says it now, his head turns automatically.
Oh my god.
Oh man, and it'd be great if one time he just yelled his name and his head turned super hard, he'd just been hit out of it's just muscle, muscle memory just automatically does it. You just can't help it. Oh man, child abuse is hilarious. I mean, seriously, you try to tell me you've never wanted to beat a child's ass.
Oh my god,
I'm trying to think.
You can't listen. Think about the last time you were in a store somewhere and a child acted out and a parent didn't punish them. You wanted to beat that kid's ass.
Not really, no.
I just wanted to fart in front of the kid and then walk away. So he'd have to breathe in my shit air, and then he could cry.
Now just imagine this kid sitting there just at the fool, the mother's not paying attention, Emmy just walks up, bends right over the kid's face, and it's just just lets it go. He's just and afterwards he just turns and looks at the kid. He's like, get a whiff of that Buffalo Wild Wings I had last night. He just walks away.
I can't even take credit for that. I read that shit on the internet, and I was like, that's a damn fine idea. That is a fine idea, fellow American citizen.
Just crop dust him.
No, just stand there and let the whole thing happen. Just and then just walk off like nothing happened. And the kid looks at you crying, you're like, what's wrong? But the fucking, remember Triple H pushed the guy down the stairs? What happened? It's so weird, the things that you take with you from childhood that will stay. You know, why do we hold on to these memories? For me, every time I fuck something up and I want to act like I didn't do it, I turn into Triple H from that episode of Raw where he pushed the rock down the stairs. He goes, "What's it? What happened?" So now, anytime something happens, I go, "What happened?" It's so fucking funny, man. Why do we? What part of the brain is responsible for such fucking.
I like how you remember the saying, but completely remember what it was related to.
Yeah.
It's actually they beat the crap out of the backstage with a sledgehammer.
I thought he pushed the rock down the stairs.
No. He still had the sledgehammer in his hand when he said it.
Oh.
He was like, "What happened?" He's got a sledgehammer in his hand.
I just got Final Cut like Robin Williams. Remember that where he remembered his whole fucking life rock and he was like, I can't believe I killed that kid. And then he finds out he didn't kill the kid.
Final Cut? Which one was that?
It was the one where like people were getting these implants in their brains.
Oh, I've never seen that then. I was thinking of the one where he was like working at the photo booth.
1 hour photo.
Oh, okay. Well, that
this one's pretty good. Like, you get these chips implanted in your brain so it can record your whole life, so that when you die, you can watch. People can watch your memories from a first-person perspective, and all of your memories will be recorded. Well, people rebel against it, so they start getting these tattoos, which short circuits the software because they're like, our lives aren't meant to be remembered. Then memories have no purpose if they're always there, and all this other shit. It's real deep and philosophical and weird, but. The point is, he thought he accidentally killed this kid his whole life, and then he comes to find out that he doesn't right when he's dying.
Oh.
Well, that sounds stupid, so I don't think I'd like to watch that movie.
Yeah, and he didn't give a kid a Neon Genesis Evangelion figure like he did in 1 hour photo, to which I fucking did the yes!
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is he giving that guy? I was like, why does he have one of those to give to that kid? And fuck him, I want it.
Because Robin Williams is a fucking otaku, man, just like us. He's a real otaku. It's great.
He loves that.
Is
show,
he?
I've heard, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's a real otaku, man. He loves that. He loves the Legend of Zelda. Like, he's obsessed with the Legend of Zelda series. He's awesome, dude.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a whole collection of Evangelion stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yep.
I could see him. I guess I could see him like just tripping out on acid and watching that and just being like it was amazing.
That little kid's fucked up. Look at him.
And then I imagine him going into like an impression of him, like where he does that really high pitched voice and he pulls his shoulders up like, "Oh, I'm a Shinji Ikari, I'm a crybaby." Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of which, that shit's hard as fuck to say. So you know that voice actor was trying to be emotional as shit, saying, I must run away. And there were so many outtakes where he was just like, I must run away. God damn it! I can't fucking say it! It's alright, Jimmy, we'll do it in another shot. I must run away. God damn it!
It's like, alright, so, the main character's a little bitch. We know any little bitches. Yeah, I got just a little bitch to bring in to do his voice. It's like, hey, little bitch, come here. Do the fucking line. I can't do it. Do the fucking line. I can't do it.
Well, I'll say right now that if that guy's resume it just says voice acting little bitch, then he is like full of work because like every fucking anime is about some guy who's a little bitch.
It is.
Man.
It's far too many main characters are little bitches.
Yeah, it's like every guy's a little bitch and every woman's a big bitch. I mean, I've watched a bunch of like ones lately. I'm just like, oh god, I'm tired of this fucking trope. It needs to be done with.
And all the female dogs are normal bitches.
Normal bitch, just plain bitch.
They're normal bitches, man. That's not an insult. That's a scientific name. What's up, bitch? You can't get mad at that because that's your name, bitch.
She walked down the neighborhood just yelling that out.
All the dogs come out, look. What?
What's up, bitch? And then one woman's like, "What you call me?"
Not you, the dog. And her friend's like, "Are you talking to me?"
Man, that would be great. Why don't we have a sketch comedy show? That would be outstanding. Motherfucker.
Well, I think that's gonna about do it for this episode.
Indeed.
Yeah, we were efficient as a motherfucker today.
Yeah, we were maybe too efficient.
Indeed.
Don't worry, we'll fuck it up in the next one, guys.
We'll do our best.
I come from a long line of fuck-ups, and I'm not going to let them down. Trust me. All right, so if you want to send us an email or ask us a question or, discuss fucking or right in the pussy, you can email us at offenderspodcast@gmail.com. So until next time, I'm Kyle.
I'm 29% a jerk.
I'm confused about what it even said.
Piece of shit survey. Out.